Deontay Wilder, let's take some phone calls, man. We're listening. A lot of people listening to us outside of Tuscaloosa, and we welcome all those internet listeners. Tide 99.1, the international brand of boxing, showing up today on the internet streaming numbers. Robbie in North Carolina, you're on with the champ, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. Robbie, inside the game in North Carolina. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm good. Bomb squad.
Okay, I like that. There you go.
Hey, man. Hey, that was awesome, man. And I just want to know, is that guy in the hospital now?
Man, you know what? He might be. You know, after the fight, you know, during the fight, you know, you had the blood and stuff everywhere. My doctor, my personal doctor, had to stitch him up. And they had to use some nice thick thread and just imagine getting stitched up with your nose with less of meat to even, you know, connect to the needle. But after I saw him after that, you know, they cleaned his face up, and I promise he didn't, you know, he didn't look like the same guy that I saw before. Eyes swelled up a little bit more. It was
we saw him in the press room. Whoa,
it was a bad one.
Man, it was he's tore up.
Yeah, so I'm sure when it's like that, you definitely have to go get checked out to the hospital and stuff like that. He took 11 rounds of beating. That was, and I was the first ever heavyweight to be so accurate. 58% of my punches, you know, landed, and that's a lot of power blows, especially in the heavyweight division with 10-ounce gloves. But you know, we don't the crazy people that's crazy enough to get in the ring, and the head is not meant to be hit in the first place. But hopefully he's doing well and able to respond to his family if he have kids and be able to play with his kids.
Robbie, before I go back to you,
yeah.
What a class act what you did to him after the fight. To be able to walk around the ring and to be able to let the crowd appreciate a good fighter,
yes.
Because that was a good fighter Saturday night.
He was a great fighter, you know, and I wanted to embrace him with the hospitality that we have
sure.
here. You know, Alabama. That's one of the reasons I stay here as well too. The Southern hospitality, and you know, I said I was going to welcome him to Alabama, and that's my thing. He put up a great fight for the people. People definitely got their money worth, and people that tuned in. So I wanted to go around and make sure he got what he well deserved from the crowd as well too.
Robbie, go ahead.
What round did you feel like you were gonna that you had him? I mean, there were several different rounds that you that I thought you was gonna knock him out early, and then he just kind of hung on.
Yes, I agree with you, man. It's different throughout. It was throughout the rounds. Many times I punch him and he'll just stall there or whatever. I'm like, all right, here it is. So it'd be like I hit him again or with a left hook or something. He's like, wake right back up. I'm like, oh. I'm like, but he had a hell of a chin, man. He had like cement in his chin or something, man. I was like, but that's what it's all about. I tell people it's the difference between just a regular fight and then you fighting for a world title. It was something that can bring you out of poverty, something that you could change your life forever. And guys because this guy's style he's not a pressure fighter. That's one of the reasons I don't look at video either, and I let my people do that because none of his fights you can see him like really pressing. He more of the sit back, walk back, angle and stuff. But I'm one of the few fighters in the heavyweight, one of the best in the heavyweight division that can fight going backwards. A lot of guys think if you put pressure on me, they're gonna be the problem solver, but that's not it. And man, he put up a great fight, man. You got to respect somebody that do that.
Robbie, thank you for your phone call. We appreciate it there in North Carolina. I think I lost you there on the cell phone. Red, right here in Cottondale, Alabama. You're on with the champ, Deontay Wilder.
Hey, congratulations, Deontay, on your win. And, brother, thank you for being such a class act for Tuscaloosa, the state of Alabama. I mean, you are just a class act, brother.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You know, I'm the type of guy that, you know, I definitely represent what I stand for, and I mean every word that I speak, whether it's motivation or whether it's spiritual. And I definitely enjoy being from Alabama for sure. You know, I've been representing this state from day one. And I'm still doing it strong as I'm on top of the world, too. So I appreciate that, you know, comments like that coming from people like you that acknowledge that and appreciate that even more, make me want to do what I do to the best of my ability. So I thank you as well.
All right, Deontay, quick question. was the Frenchman, was he the hardest punching fighter you have fought so far in your pro career?
Well, I wouldn't say he definitely had a nice jab, which we knew that. But I wouldn't say he was the hardest. I wouldn't say that. You know, and I barely even take any punishment. Well, you could, due to the fact that I don't take punishment, you can probably put him on that list. Due to the swelling of my eye, it came from from tape. The tape he had around his glove, it kind of cut me in two different spots in my eye, which caused it to swell. That's what that came from. But he definitely is in my book as the toughest opponent in my career that I've fought thus far. That's
I
for
heard
sure.
that. Yeah, it was a great fight. But I know you got other callers, but remember this, Deontay.
God bless you, man.
Oh, and you know, it's so funny because we have a lot of listeners. So let me turn you up a little bit.
No.
You good? Let me turn you up.
Knocked it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, baby.
Well, you've already knocked out one this weekend. Might as well knock out the equipment here. Deontay Wilder, and they see this connection, and I do appreciate you for swinging by and being friends of the game. People were tweeting at me, and obviously we're a college football heavy show, but the connection with Deontay Wilder, a lot of people, man, we've made a lot of fans just by getting to know. I know the Deontay Wilder, but getting a chance to know Deontay Wilder. And let's go to Lake County, Florida.
All right.
Steve, you're on with the champ, Deontay Wilder.
Afternoon, champ.
How you doing, Steve?
Very proud of you. You're representing Tuscaloosa well, and I'm just thankful for your accomplishments. Got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any chance in the future we can work things out where you can fight at home in Tuscaloosa?
You know what?
Well, you want me to handle this one, Deontay?
No, I got this because I would just put it like this. I won't state names or who I had a meeting with or whatever, but anything's possible. You know, anything's possible. You know, it's a heartbreaking feeling when you've been representing not only your state but your city as well, and then when the opportunity come about that, you know, your city turning their back on you. Well, I wouldn't say the whole city, well, because we're limited to.
No, we love you.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm not putting it with I want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. As far as, you know, we don't even have a convention a convention center here, and with a place where we can hold a massive amount of people is, you know, only one place. And it's kind of a heartbreaking thing when you lean toward that source of what we know, what we can put a lot of people in, and they make up excuses or turn their back on you. So and then you get a city that's 45 minutes away that they pick up the phone in 15 minutes and say yes, automatically they're gonna do whatever it takes to get me there, and it's like, wow, you know. But to answer,
we got a new president at Alabama, so maybe there's still hope there. I mean, Elvis Presley played Colton Coliseum. I don't know why the champ can't lose to Alabama.
Well, and you think about it. Here's what we're going to do, okay? And I've only utilized my Nick Saban connection a couple of times. We got to get Nick involved, okay? Because he's in charge over there. And when he realizes when you put this on an international stage and you got recruits in town and I know Deontay can't talk to him, but when you've got an event like that in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, as I go back to the weekend, that's a benefit. And Nick Saban, we'll get Nick in on that. Nick will fix some issues over there. And I've already called out my piece. I got in a little bit of trouble, but that's okay. I'm going to take up for my friend Deontay Wilder and Tuscaloosa's very own.
There you go.
Absolutely. Roll Tide, Deontay, and keep on trucking.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. You have a great day.
Absolutely. And no doubt, let's go back to the telephones, 205-342-9904. Deontay Wilder in studio taking your phone calls if you'd like to jump into the game, 205-342-9904. A big win this past weekend in Birmingham at the Legacy Arena. Dawson, you're next, and you're on with the champ, Deontay Wilder.
Well, first, I want to say congratulations and tell you how proud Tuscaloosa is to have the world champion here in our home. And then I wanted to say something about the boxing itself and what courage that it takes and how courageous that you box. And I tell you what, I've seen heavyweight fights before, but some of the big things, and they just would lean on one another. You're doing some fighting, and it's a wonderful thing to see.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that. I really do. People don't understand. This is a dangerous job and a dangerous business as well too. And you got to respect the fighters, man. No matter what, whether we're gonna have some good fighters, we're gonna have bad fighters, but any fighter that step in the ring, they must get the respect, because everybody's not able to do it, and especially a level I'm on. I'm at the highest level that you can compete on in boxing, and it's tough. It's tough. Many times when I get out of that ring, I think, do I really want to do this? And I'm at the I wouldn't say I'm at the top of my career, but I'm enjoying my career as the champion. On top of the division, and many people would say Klitschko is the true champion, but I put it like this, it's really not a true champion. The only thing that's different between me and him, he have more belts than he may have more belts than me, but I have the most important belt in boxing, and that's the WBC, and I weigh right here from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, baby.
Thank you, Dawson. Let's go back to the telephones, 205-342-9904. That's the Bronze Bomber. He's in. Travis, you're inside the game. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You're in with Deontay Wilder.
This is Travis Deontay. I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed meeting you at the basketball game last year. I'm 80 years old, and I love basketball. And after the game, you came over to me. I was sitting on the floor waiting on my husband who works the games, and you came over to me and shook my hand, and I appreciate that. And I'm really so proud of you, and I hope you'll be able to come to basketball this year.
Oh yes, ma'am. I appreciate you, and I'll definitely do the basketball thing again. I'm looking forward to it. The upcoming year as well too. And that's just my personality. I'm a people's person first and foremost. I like to give respect to everybody. They give respect to me. Even though I'm on a high pedestal and people put me on an even higher pedestal. Along as my career unfolds itself. But I tell people all the time, I'm just Deontay. So anybody ever see me out or anywhere, don't hesitate. Don't let somebody else be a guinea pig to see how I would react to them. Then you want to come, just come. I never feel like I'm no better than nobody else. I'm just me, and God have blessed me to be able to do what I love to do in my career, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you so much.
I enjoyed meeting you and seeing you, and hope to see you again.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Deontay, let me just go back here. Just the final question here is we're talking to the champ inside the studio here. You realize how much you've done for boxing just in this city, in this state, in this country? We just took a lady that said she was 80 years old, and you've rejuvenated that division of boxing. We've now got somebody as not just Tuscaloosa, not just Alabama, but the United States as a whole can get behind. And I was watching it on Saturday night, and I started hearing that USA chant, USA, yeah. USA. and I was like, don't let the emotions get to you. Don't let the emotions get to you, because I was getting excited because what you've been able to do to rejuvenate that division.
We're definitely, Ryan, for you to iterate on that, man, I've thought about it many times because I travel all over the world, and I meet all sorts of people all over the world, and, whether they're young or old, and just that feeling to be able to, because I feel like I've done a life change in some people. Some people haven't kept up with boxing ever in their life, and to be a certain age, I done had the 80 years old, the 90s, year old people come up, and especially when they're up in age, my elders like that, it's definitely, especially when they never kept up with it before, but until they read about my story, my daughter, and what I'm doing for it, it's like, wow, it's like a wow moment for me. It's like, am I really affecting people like that? Because I don't know, I don't really just sit back and think I'm affecting somebody's life like that, or in my story, I'm just telling my story how it is, and and going like that. But it, I impact a lot of people, and I understand it now, and it's getting bigger and bigger, as these networks put it out and stuff like that, and just to hear people appreciate that and see the realness. Because one thing you can't fool with people, you can't fool someone that's not, if you're not being real. People will easily pick up on a fake person and a real person. I keep it real with everybody, I keep it real, and to see people like that and be able to embrace me like that, because I am real, and it makes me feel very good.
Well, you're our champ, and we greatly appreciate the time. I know it's hard on a Monday after going through that battle to swing by. I didn't even expect you to come in, and Ben actually came by and said, "Hey, Deontay is outside." I said, "I think he's going to join me via the telephone," and I appreciate you, man. I mean, I've been with you from the beginning.
That's right.
And we'll continue to support you, man. And you've always got a seat. If I can help you promote anything, you look sharp on Saturday night.
Well, thank you, man. They say I'm still handsome. Even my island went down a lot.
I like the little hat. I like the little hat.
The WBC hat. They say I'm still cute.
I didn't say that. I mean, you're not getting me to go there, okay? But I mean, you did look sharp.
Ooh, appreciate it, man. I had fun. That's the thing about it. I had fun, man, with the things I was able to do, clowning around, jumping in the air, still hitting them with punches and stuff. You know what the most exciting thing about it?
But please don't do your face like that, though. Because, man, I'm nervous.
Oh,
okay, when you lean down, and it's like you're daring him.
Yeah,
I'm like, Deontay, D, don't do that. Don't do that.
I am daring it. This is all preparation, man. Things I do, I don't do it new in the ring. I do it in training and practice. So when I get in the ring, that I know. So when I'm luring them in for a certain type of punch that I'm trying to see. It's all about timing. So I definitely don't get younger and when I was younger in my career, I'd be like cocky and stuff like that, but things I do now is like I'm really looking for something. And the most thing that people got out of this whole thing, at the end when I did the little spin dance, whatever, so many people have remixed that with different music and stuff. And I'm like, and I could to this day, Ryan, I could not do that same twist move right now. It was off of emotion and stuff like that, being home and celebrate. This guy has never been stopped before, man. It's crazy. And one more thing before I go, just for the people, that's especially in Tuscaloosa, because it's been a big topic, and it still is about fighting at home. I want to tell them, leave them with this. I definitely want to see the day, and I done said it before, and I said it again on air. I definitely want to see the day that the Alabama Crimson Tide fight. I'm in my fight mode still. The Alabama Crimson Tide have a game earlier that day, and everybody come and see Deontay Wilder that night. You know how much revenue or money would that bring? That means people would have to stay here. They would have to spend their stay in hotels, gas, bars, nightlife.
It would be awesome. I mean, we could do it at Bryant Denny Stadium. Well, we got to get the athletic department on board, and that's where I guess I come in as a role and a voice, and I'll continue to take up for you. We're going to get that done.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
In the city of Tuscaloosa, they're behind it. Deontay Wilder, I appreciate you more than I could just say thanks, man.
Anytime, brother. You're a brother to me, bro. So anytime.